Hello and welcome to an update from the Fire Brigade Union. We've got Ian Hibbert, the Brigade Secretary Merseyside, with us this evening, and of course we've got the General Secretary Wrack. Matt, I think you've got an announcement of something very serious happening in Merseyside.
Yeah, Mark, welcome Ian, and members will be aware that we've had a long-running dispute. We've registered a trade dispute in Merseyside, and that we balloted our control branch for strike action. I have to say we've been attempting to resolve that dispute. However, as a result of some recent discussions at our control branch, I'm going to announce today that we are calling strike action. We are calling an 8-day strike in the fire control in Merseyside from the 27th of December. So an important step, a very serious step. We hope that we can still, in the intervening time, resolve that, but unless that is resolved, we will be asking and calling on our members in control in Merseyside to take that strike action.
Thanks, Matt, and yes, very serious indeed. Ian, can you give us a little bit of background as to how we've arrived at this position?
Yeah, this situation has been emerging over the last 18 months, and essentially it is to do with imposed changes to working practices. The dispute that we balloted members on for strike, which returned 100% yes vote on those voting on the 21st of August, centred on two issues. The first was the imposed reduction in nighttime staffing in our fire control room from 6 to 5. And the second was a non-agreed duty shift system brought in at point of entry that was never subject to negotiation with the Fire Brigades Union. In relation to the imposed reduction in nighttime staffing, the nighttime staffing numbers in fire control were protected by a collective agreement signed in good faith by the FBU and Merseyside Fire and Rescue Service. Essentially, by imposing this change on our members, Merseyside Fire and Rescue Service have ripped up that collective agreement. In relation to the duty shift system, which was brought in at point of entry and as such never subject to negotiation with the FBU, the terms and conditions that members have been employed on are quite simply unacceptable, and they would never have been agreed if they had been brought in through negotiation with the union.
Thanks, Ian. Well, Matt said that we've attempted to resolve this, and you said that we've attempted to resolve this repeatedly. What have we done to try and resolve this?
Yeah, we've been attempting to negotiate with the service for the last 18 months on this matter. We exhausted all local negotiation machinery. We actually attended conciliation talks at the National Joint Council from the 11th to 13th of October. Whilst some of those talks were helpful and productive, unfortunately, Merseyside Fire and Rescue Service refused to move on several of the substantive issues, the main one being the reduction of nighttime staffing from 6 to 5. Throughout the last 18 months, Merseyside Fire and Rescue Service have remained completely immovable on that matter.
Ripping up long-standing collective agreements, very serious situation indeed. Ian. Matt, have you got anything you'd like to say to the Merseyside Fire Control and the broader membership?
Sure, I think, well actually first of all I've got a message for the Chief Fire Officer and the Fire Authority. This dispute needs to be resolved. It needs to be resolved through negotiations. The Fire Brigades Union stands ready to have those negotiations, but if there is not movement, if there is not an agreement to negotiate a settlement to this, then that strike regrettably will go ahead on the 27th. My message to control members is this is the time when we need to stand together. You have the full support of the Fire Brigade Union, first of all across Merseyside, across the North West, and indeed nationally. I know that our members around the UK will be now thinking about raising financial support for that group of members and building the solidarity so that when that strike takes place, they will have the 100% support of the Fire Brigade Union. And again, I'd urge the employer and the Chief Fire Officer to sit down with us and resolve this dispute.
Thanks, Matt. That's a call that we all reiterate. For members to get further information, you can get information on www.fbu.org.uk.